Hello friends. Welcome back to the Portraits of Fame channel. Today we are going to tell the story of a French singer who was very successful in the 70s and 80s. We are talking about Patrick Hernandez. He started his musical career as a cabaret singer in Paris before moving to the United States and joining a funk band. He released his first solo album in 1978, which included Born to Be Alive, which reached the top of the charts in several countries and sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Hernandez continued to release music over the next few decades, but never achieved the same level of success as his iconic music. He is one of those artists that reminds us of a golden age of music. So, get ready to learn a little more about the life of this great artist. But before we continue, I recommend you to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss out on valuable information like this today, okay? Patrick Hernandez was born in Le Blanc-Mesnil, Saint-Denis, a suburb of Paris, on April 6, in 1949, the son of a Spanish father and a half-Austrian and half-Italian mother. Good mix, don't you think? He was a well-known singer in the late 1970s. He became famous with the interpretation of the song Born to Be Alive in 1979, a huge success around the world and characteristic of the disco movement. In June of the same year, he was already traveling to the USA. A curiosity is that on this tour, one of the dancers who accompanied him was the future American pop singer Madonna. He started singing in local bands in his teens, but it wasn't until he was 20 that he decided to pursue a career as a singer. In the early 70s, he went to Paris and started working in Broadway musicals. In 1978, he met producer Jean Van Loo, who was fully involved in disco music, and Hernandez decided to try to work together with him, and it worked out very well. That's when he broke into the music charts with Born to Be Alive. The song was an instant hit in Europe and later became a worldwide hit. It reached the top of the charts in several countries, including France, Germany, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The song has sold over 10 million copies worldwide and is considered one of the biggest hits in disco music. In 1987, a remix of Born to Be Alive was released for the dance floors. In 1995, an album entitled The Best of Patrick Hernandez, Born to Be Alive was published. After the success of Born to Be Alive, Patrick Hernandez continued to record and perform around the world. He has released several albums including Disco Queen and You Turn Me On. His songs continue to be very popular on dance floors, especially in Europe and Latin America. He even toured Brazil, appearing on TV channels at the time, including TV Globo, on the program Os Trapalhões, where, twice, he sang Born to Be Alive and Disco Queen.
I was on my time when I was running down the street and both the bang, bang, bang.
Mr. Hernandez was very successful with his dance songs until he disappeared in the mid-80s. His last hit was Losing Sleep Over You, which in Brazil was the theme of the soap opera Baila Comigo. Still in Brazil, he had a punk rock version recorded by Rumbora in 2000 called Vest Uniform, with a clip in a school. In 2008, he got involved in the project of Plastic Bertrand, one of the great names of Belgian disco and new wave of the 80s, who even ventured into EBM and new beat, being, together with Telex, one of the main influences for bands like Front, Split Second, etc. After all, already started its electronic experiments in Brussels in the late 70s. It toured all over Europe, with greater emphasis in Belgium and France. In 2009, the project took shape. They organized a mega tour alongside other disco music icons like Village People, Santa Esmeralda, Otawan, Weather Girls, etc. The tour spanned over 6 months across Europe. Since that time, he has been more devoted to his family. Patrick is married to singer Luisa Fernandez, who plays several classics on his albums, as well as Lay Love on You, Disco Boy, and Spanish Dancer, among others.
Disco, die Platten spielt. Like your heart's within too.
Unfortunately, Patrick Hernandez's career didn't last as long as he had hoped. He never managed to repeat the success of Born to Be Alive, but he remains remembered as a disco music icon. Today, at 74 years old, Patrick Hernandez still performs in concerts around the world, bringing his music to a new generation of fans. So, did you like to know a little more about the history of Patrick Hernandez? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this one today. Well, if you found it interesting and liked the information, then take a few seconds of your time to share it with your friends and family. And don't forget that here you'll find news and stories about famous people and celebrities. A big hug. Until the next video, bye-bye.